A new home and a brand new era. It's a seaside celebration as Brighton welcome Doncaster to their new stadium. And a clash of fallen giants. Southampton and Leeds last met in League One. Now they're looking to push on for the Premier League. The Football League season kicked off on Friday night. Blackpool illuminated the Premier League last campaign and will be hoping to make a quick return to the top flight. They were at Hull City. Our commentator is Alistair Mann.
It is Kenny! Wraps the frame of the goal. Within a whisk of the opening goal of the 2011-2012 season. That's a mistake though, Taylor Fletcher. And Phillips caressed the outside of the goal. Teed up for him by Taylor Fletcher. It hits the outside of the post. Clark meanwhile exchanging passes. And a terrific finish from Taylor Fletcher, and Blackpool at last take the lead. And Taylor Fletcher, who scored the first goal of the Premier League campaign for Blackpool last season, scores the first goal of the Empowered Championship campaign this time around. One more chance maybe. Well, they've got men over. Simpson, oh, he's put it over. Blackpool Court Square, jilts in no man's land, and Simpson high and well over the top.
We scored a goal and they didn't. If they'd have got the first goal, it could have been them. They've been buzzing in pre-season. Goals are vital. We got one, and I'm delighted we kept a clean sheet.
We've come and stuck tonight. It's a good finish, to be fair, but you know, having seen the goal again, there's aspects of it that I'm not too pleased about. But having said all of that, of course, we've still created plenty of chances. Should have won the game.
Chris Hughton's first competitive match in charge of Birmingham City saw the Blues travel to Nigel Clough's derby. The Rams hoping to secure maximum points on the opening weekend of the season for the third year running. The visitors' bid to secure an immediate return to the Premier League looked to be in good shape early on. Liam Ridgewell a whisker away from the opener. And with 19 minutes played, Birmingham moved in front. Former Aston Villa man Curtis Davis on hand to open Birmingham's championship account after 2 seasons in the top division. With 9 signings, Nigel Clough has reshaped his team over the summer, and it was one of those new arrivals who equalised, Jason Shackle with the header. Buoyed by the equaliser, Derby turned the match in their favour just before half-time. The Blues' defence gave Steve Davis way too much time and space. 2-1 to Derby now. Derby ended last season with 4 successive league defeats, but there were no signs of that poor form here. Jamie Ward heading against the woodwork soon after the break. Desperate to avoid an opening day defeat, Chris Hughton's side went in search of a late equaliser, and they almost got it. Chris Burt going close, Stephen Carr firing into the stands. Derby's first win over Birmingham since 1995.
It's going to be a long season, this one, with a lot of good teams to play, and if we can take that same energy, that same enthusiasm, same determination into the next games, then I'm sure we'll pick up results.
There was no need for a brolly for the new manager at the City Ground. It never exactly rains goals for Forest on the opening day. 5 years since they scored in their first match of the season. Barnsley have a new manager of their own. Keith Hill's side might well have taken the lead, but debutant striker Craig Davies couldn't convert Jacob Butterfield's free kick. Forest should have put an end to their opening day jinx. Lewis McGugan was presented with a great chance after Luke Steele saved from Paul Anderson, but the midfielder couldn't finish, and McLaren's men had to settle for a draw.
we just lacked it in the final third. And, you know, at the end of the day, what's a football match about? It's what you do in your box to keep a clean sheet and the other box to win the game. We succeeded at one, failed at the other.
Another former England manager was on show at the Ricoh Arena. Coventry against Sven-Göran Eriksson's Leicester was an early kick-off for what has become something of a grudge match recently. And it didn't take long for the bad feeling to surface. Just 10 minutes had been played when Darius Vassell lunged at Richard Keogh. And the former England striker received the first red card of the new Football League season. The Sky Blues looked to make the most of their one-man advantage. David Bell tried his luck from distance, but New Fox's keeper Kasper Schmeichel was equal to it. The last 4 meetings between these sides had ended in draws, and the teams were level in terms of dismissals before the break. Carl Baker made that challenge on Richie Wellens, and referee Darren Deadman, or should that be Redman, sent Baker off. Sven-Göran Eriksson has been collecting new players this summer. 7 of the 10 new signings made their debuts in this game, including David Nugent, who almost put the visitors in front. The first of those purchases was Lee Peltier, and the former Huddersfield defender showed exactly why Eriksson was so keen to sign him. A winning start for one of the big favourites for promotion.
Yeah, very difficult game, local derby, and Coventry, they're moving around the ball very good. Technically good team, and we have to chase a lot when they have the ball. But at the end we won, and of course I'm happy, very happy.
Millwall began their league campaign away from home for the 5th season on the trot. They travelled to the Madejski Stadium, where they haven't won for over a decade. Their hosts were looking to quickly shake off the hangover of defeat in last year's playoff final. So much for old friends. Former Reading duo James Henry and Darius Henderson combined, the latter heading in on his debut, having signed from Sheffield United. Brian McDermott's side responded positively. Shane Long, a reported target for West Ham, going close to levelling things up. The Duchess of Cambridge is a Reading fan, but it was the Marquis of Millwall, John Marquis, who doubled the visitors' advantage after Adam Federici failed to cut out Liam Trotter's cross. The Royals immediately went on the offensive, Joby McAnuff thumping the woodwork with this effort. To the names David Fairclough, Ronnie Rosenthal and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can be added that of Matteo Montse as super sub. The Frenchman unleashed a rocket shot to give Reading hope with 4 minutes to go. And 3 minutes later he was at it again to complete the Reading recovery as he headed in Jimmy Kebe's perfect cross to ruin Millwall's day.
Another team would have thought that was it, really, not our day. But to be fair, give credit to the players, they kept going and showed fantastic resilience.
Probably if you'd offered me a draw at the Madejski at the start of the week, I might have taken it. But after being 2-0 up and looking like we're in a good position with not much time on the clock, we're disappointed not to see it out.
It's a good time to be a Brighton and Hove Albion fan. Promoted from League One, they're in a new league and a new ground. The promoted Seagulls played their first competitive match at the Amex Stadium against Doncaster Rovers. Commentary in this one comes from Martin Fisher.
Coppinger has it. Coppinger's centre. It'll come out as far as Haytat to clear the crossbar. Loa in support. Can he get in that penalty area? Hayter's come back a long way to make the challenge. Referee has had a look at it, and I think the card's going to come out for Loa here for trying to win his side a penalty. Don't think that Gus Poyet is too happy about the referee's work over the last 2 minutes or so. And referee Ilderton coming to the sidelines now to have a word with his assistant on this near side, Robert Whitten, and he's been sent up into the stands. It'll fall here for Barnes. Flag stays down. Barnes! And away by Friend. Woods managed to take a bit of the sting out of the shot initially. It's a little bit tight in the middle. Vicker's going to lose out. Robbed by Mason. Coppinger is with him. Sharp is there too. Mason goes himself. It might fall for Sharp, and it just about trickles in. Goal given. Billy Sharp, who missed a very good chance earlier on. The surging run by Ryan Mason. He fancied his chances. The ricochet was fortunate, and it kissed the post and crosses the line before the last Brighton defender can get his boot to it to clear it. Mikhail Smith in behind Friend. Mikhail Smith, good save and away by Dunbar. The visitors here holding a very high line. Bridcut to curl it in. Naylor got a touch to it. Driven towards goal and in the back of the net. What a thumping strike. Will Buckley it was that let rip. And the £1 million man, Will Buckley, who's only just come off the bench, gets the honour of being the first Brighton goal scorer at the Amex. It's deep, the header back across. And clearing the crossbar with the volley there was James Hayter. And now he's taken a knock. And it looks as though in injury time, Doncaster are going to be reduced to 10 men. Noon. Oh, lovely feet. Needs to pick the pass, and he might just have done it. It's Buckley in again. 2-1 Brighton! Will Buckley with the double strike. And what an inspired substitution that has turned out to be. Will Buckley, who started the day on the bench, ends the day as a Brighton hero.
Well, delighted because you start in a new division, very difficult division, in your own new stadium, and too many people excited and thinking that it's going to be easy. No, it's not easy.
This is a division where you've got to keep going to the end, and credit to Brighton, they did. So we've got to live with that one. But to lose 2 players in the opening game of the season, especially like 2 forwards, that's the biggest disappointment.
Still to come, Southampton look for a winning return to the Championship when they play Leeds. And the league have a new team with a familiar name. AFC Wimbledon face Bristol Rovers.
Castrol Magnatec molecules are always ready to protect.
Always. Unlike some oils.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
We're Castrol Magnatec molecules.
We cling to the engine because up to 75% of engine wear happens during warm-up.
You have to be ready.
Instantly.
Ignition! Extra layer of protection now!
New Castrol Magnatec Fuel Saver. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
It's Marge versus Joan in homeware. Lucky Joan has a Commonwealth Bank credit card with instant account updates. Knowing what she can spend keeps her one step ahead. Marge stalls. Advantage Joan.
What a difference 2 letters can make. GE's cutting-edge high-definition CT scanner gives doctors a healthy chance of detecting heart disease early. That's healthy imagination from GE.
Righto, it's drinks break.
Come on, Digger. Take a load off. Come here, mate. Boy.
Hey, Red, picture's fuzzy. Rev it up a bit, mate.
This footy season, Coke Zero is challenging footy players all across Australia to take the Time to Zero In challenge. It's time for you to zero in. Upload your challenge at cokeunleashed.com.au.
Anglers call it an Australian icon because this fish ruled the mighty Murray River for millions of years. But today, the Murray cod is hard to find, making it an elusive prize. New to Monday, Zeb Hogan heads south to land the big one. He's going to catch a fish to save a fish and find out what's threatening this national treasure.
This is really a fish of a lifetime.
Monster Fish Danger Down Under, August 22 on National Geographic Channel.
Southampton returned to the Championship at the second time of asking as runners-up to Brighton. The Saints hosted Leeds United in a clash between two of the biggest teams at this level. Both will be eyeing a return to the top flight. Watching this one, Dan O'Hagan.
Now Dean Hammond for Southampton. And the strike is the first goal back in the division for Southampton. Dean Hammond's first home goal for the Saints for a year and a half. Inside 10 minutes, Southampton have the perfect start. Hammond here driving on. The goalkeeper Lonergan on his lead.